Nights in a row. So I'm working on this guy, and there's the two parts of the tower there. I rebuilt them entirely yesterday and over the last bunch of evenings to make them stronger, better, brighter, more lights, better wiring. So you can see that the wiring is mostly hidden inside, not 100%, because wherever you have the 2x8 Life Flight basic brick, I have all the wires connected to it, and of course I still have a few plugs that I can plug things into, and I don't know what I'm going to do with those yet. And it's the same with this one too. So there's a 2x8 there. 2x4 for crying out loud. I'm so tired. 2x4 basic brick, light brick from Life Lights, lifelights.com, basic kit. If you want to send me some, I'm not going to do that. But if you do want them, buy them off of Life Lights. They're fantastic. They fit through the Technic holes. So you really don't have to do drilling or soldering. I do because I want to wire this thing, make longer wires. I believe they come with 6-inch leads and 12-inch leads and even 24-inch leads, but I need 32 or 17 or whatever, just so the wiring is hidden better. And I had a bunch of 6-inch leads, but I needed to get all the way down to not there, here. So I needed like an 8-inch. So I just soldered, a couple wires. So I've been soldering, cutting wires, soldering. But I also tried to make the setup as easy as possible. And before, I would have to plug in the tower into this guy. I think you saw it in yesterday's video, which is slightly annoying. So because then I have to go find this guy who will be hidden inside here with the RCX at one point. So this is the little cubby hole I made. So I actually have there, don't fall over, these guys here, which pop off and they go sliding back into these holes. So you stuff the RCX in there, you stuff this wiring harness in there, and you plug it in, and the thing lights up, and then you put those covers back on, and then it's hidden for the show. So that's not bad. I'm trying to come up with better ideas so I don't have to take things apart to wire them. But this is the one thing I've done for these guys, for the landing pads, and I did this a long time ago, is I put a 2x4 electric brick in there, or electric plate in there, and I soldered wires on the other side of that. So, and the wires go to, and you can't see them in here underneath here, but they go to, again, a 2x4 basic electric brick from Life Lights, and they light all those lights up. And I still have 2 spare ports that I could probably light something else up with. I'll worry about that later. But so basically, when I put this thing on the tower, I just click it down, and all of a sudden these lights work. I mean, they're lit up. I don't have to connect any wires. This wire here is just for that EL wire, and I haven't come up with a good solution for that. So yes, this is hanging, and so what happens there is that I have to plug in to the wire that's sticking out of the rest of the tower. So taking that idea with the 2x4 electric plate, Lego electric plate, I modified at the base here. So I took out one of my wing plates, this one where the tower sits on top of, so I can get a little bit of space underneath the tower, underneath the gantry. And I soldered again this 2x4 plate, electric plate. You can see it's electric plate there. And on the back end, underneath, I soldered this wire, this little gray wire that comes out here onto there. So, and then I got on the bottom of this guy, the bottom of the tower, and you can see the other electric plate. And you can see my crappy soldering job there. But this is the side it connects on. So then that wire comes out and it goes into the rest of the platform, rest of the gantry. So basically, as soon as, hopefully this works. Oops, somehow that pin got. So I built this thing so so it wouldn't fall over at a show, because at one show, the kid knocked the table and the gantry fell and smashed. So I decided to make it stronger. And the second, so you take it off, the lights turned off, and you plug it back in, and the lights turn on. So the second it touches the 2x4 plate, you're good. And then you push these in like that, and all of a sudden this tower is secured to this I got Technic beams going this way. So now this thing will not come off until I pull those red friction pegs off. And then this is the sad part, because I haven't got this part worked out yet. You have to put this piece on top like that. And come on, oh, get the wire out of there. Doing this with one hand, so that clicks down there. Come on, what is holding you up? There we go. So I would have red friction pegs there to keep this top of the tower on. And then you plug in this piece into here, and then the top part's lit up. So that part's a little bit of work, and I can try to do the 2x4 electric plate again up here somehow, but that's just one wire. So now that whole tower, the whole gantry is now lit up. And again, if I pull these red things off, I've never done this with the whole thing together. So, and then if I lift this whole thing up, it turns off. So, the reason why I did break this thing into two, it's going to fall over, is so it would fit into that box. So this is why the tower is not one solid Technic piece. I actually have it joined a place where it can come apart easy. But as you can see, the second you put it down, the connection is there. So I can't complain about that at all. I'm happy. That saves me a little bit of work. So my plan is, of course, this thing's not going to be hanging here on the outside like this. And I do want to, on this specific zone, let me just get the blueprint here, the track designer blueprint. So this is this piece here, this the seventh module. So it's divided into 9 sections. 2 plates by 3 plates, 2 base plates, space base plates, 32 by 32, and there's 9 of those. So this is actually, again, 7.5 by 5. So it would be the old-fashioned train modules. It'd be 2 modules by 3 modules. My issue is that those modules are 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet, or 30 inches by 30 inches, and I can't carry them horizontally. Can't carry them through doorways, because then I always skim my knuckles on the door frame. So if I do 30 inches by 20 inches, I make 9 of them, that's perfect, and they fit into the boxes nicely. This is 20 inches by 20 inches, and that box is exactly 20 3/8 by 20 3/8 on the inside, so the whole thing slides into there, and it's secure. It doesn't slide around, so that works perfectly for me. I built 20 inch by 30 inch boxes to hold the actual plywood that these things are taped to. The base plates are taped to, I mean the crater plates and stuff. I just got a text from my buddy Pete. So I'll read that in a sec. So anyway, so this is the base plate we're talking about here. This is the rocket launch pad on the layout. And the rocket launch pad is here. Obviously, it's got the 2 4 crater base plates on this guy. And so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 crater base plates. And on tape to the actual plywood is 1 crater base plate and 1 landing pad. And I had that out the other day when I was laying up the landing pad, so you can see that. So what I want to do is I want to, out of this guy, possibly on the other side, that will be this side right here. So I'm going to have a little wire coming out here. And that would plug into the light brick that's underneath here. So I don't have to have 4 different wires coming from this whole section back to the power station, which is going to be underneath in a little box underneath here. I just have that 1 wire. So the 1 wire comes over here, 1 set of wires. Because again, I have the EL wire here that I have to light up too. But 1 EL feed and 1 life light feed that comes to here. And then when I put this piece down, this wire will be sticking out, and it's plugging into here to this landing pad here. And now this landing pad's lit up as well. So now I just have to worry about 2 wires coming here instead of, well, I already got 1, 2, 3. This will be 4, and then the EL is 5. Like, I don't want 5 wires to plug in per show for this module. I want 2 maybe. So that's a plan. I don't know if it's going to come to fruition, but as you can see, I did save myself a step or a lot of work just by having this thing plug into the 2x4 electric plates that I soldered up for that. I believe Rob Hendricks at Lifelights has a third-party solution for that kind of connection. I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. I remember him talking about it, I thought, but again, my memory's flaky at best. But if a third party comes up, I can stop wasting my 2x4 electric plates. I do have lots, but I am fast losing them because I've done, um, well, there's 2 per landing pad. So that's 4 landing pads. So that's 8 I've wasted there. Well, I won't say wasted, but 8 I've used up that can't be repurposed for anything else now because, of course, I soldered and drilled and whatever. And then I've got 2 here now, 2 2x4 electric plates that are, again, oh, let me just take this thing apart. So I have to take this wire off, take the top off. Top comes off, and now this thing comes off. Oh wait, I have to pull. This is why I put the red things here, and it comes off. There you go. I did take the tops of those studs off, and I soldered the wire to the metal underneath. So there's not really a good way of reusing that 2x4 electric plate. There really isn't. Oh well. I plan on having this layout. I mean, the good part is I can reuse that for something else that I want to light up in the future. I mean, it's not glued into the thing. It's just the wire soldered to the top, and there's a 2x2 black plate on top of that to hold the wire there. That's glued to this thing, so it's like, I can take it out and reuse it at some other electric thing that I want to build in the future. But for now, this is just going to make my setup at shows easier. Because boom, done. I like that. As I say, I'm trying to get the layout set up down well below 2 hours. It has taken me 4+ hours. I mean, that's on an average show. When we did the 10x18, it took a day and a half. When Jeff and I did the 12x12, it was well too many hours to get that set up. But again, we weren't setting it up. We didn't have the setup like we have now. I want to be able to do shows, and most shows these days are 1-day shows, not 2-day or weekend shows. So I don't want to be setting up and taking down longer than the actual show is. If I get it down to an hour and a half, where I'm not pushing myself and I get to talk to people as I'm setting up, that'll be perfect. So the last time I think I got it about an hour 45, an hour and a half, with tangents and talking to friends and whatever. So if I can keep it at that point and still add more stuff, because again, this is new, so this is all lit up now and blah blah blah. I think that'd be fun at a show. So I want to add more to the layout that does stuff, but I also don't want to add a lot to the setup and takedown time. So soldering, wrecking a 2x4 plate, electric plate, is fine for me, just for the fact that now I don't have to wrestle with wires. One less wire that I have to wrestle with. And as soon as I take care of all this guy, so it's all, maybe a wiring harness or something underneath. I don't know yet. I'll come up with something. But anyway, so there you are. That's the quick update for this. Hope you liked it. I'll talk to you guys soon. And I don't know if I'm going to get out to any shows this year. They canceled school for the year and for this semester anyway. And so Josh is home, and we'll see what happens in the fall. But until there's a major break in this stuff, I'm not going to be doing any shows, public shows anyway. I do keep on planning on setting up the layout at home here and maybe live streaming that. I don't know how well that's going to work. I know that Brick World did a virtual thing this past weekend, or is kind of, I'm not sure if it came up or already went past. I might do something like that where you guys can watch me set up for 4 hours and be bored. So, because I'll be taking my time in the house, I'll be modifying as I go. So it won't be my standard, let's set up and forget about it. So that's a plan, and if it happens, it happens, and I'll let you guys know. In the interim, you guys all stay safe, stay healthy, stay clean, stay out of viruses, stay socially distant, physically anyway, but don't stay socially distant on these virtual spaces. Say hi, drop a line, and you guys all take care out there.